Welcome back to Handy Andy. Today I'm in a different position. You're used to me being back on my workbench, but I got my welding table set up here so we could do some welding. I want to build a welding cart for my welders. I got a bunch of welders over here and one right below the camera. Let me show you the welders real fast, and plasma cutters. They're back over there. So this whole area of the table here I can't use for woodworking because, well, I don't have room. So what I'm planning to do is build a 3-shelf cart. I already bought the material and then put this together. I'm planning to TIG weld this all together. It'll be my first full TIG welding project from start to finish. And I already pre-cut all the material. It's sitting on top of here on the welding table. And I use my Evolution 7.5 inch dry cut saw. I love that thing. And I was able to get some nice 45-degree angle cuts. Nice and clean. You can see how nice and clean they are. Not like an abrasive. This thing was so much faster. So this is actually a clean piece. You can see it's all nice and clean and shiny. You can see how it's all nice and clean. I still need to clean off the edges, deburr them, and take off a little bit more material so I can make sure it's clean. But typically when you get this hot rolled angle iron, it looks like this. It's grayish, it has flaky material on it. I mean, and if you weld on it, it pops and fizzles and stuff. The reason is that it has all this mill scale on the outside, and that mill scale is really hard. The Rockwell hardness on that is really hard, and that makes it really hard to do stuff with. So after I cut my material, I do something to it. I prep it for welding in a liquid. The liquid is an acid, actually, HCA, or hydrochloric acid, and some people actually know it as muriatic acid. What I do is I actually go and I look at the amount of activated material inside the contents of the bottle to know if it actually is going to be strong enough. So if you look here, from this one to this one, there's definitely a difference in color, and you can see that there. I'm going to zoom in real fast. Alright, so here you can see the mill scale, right? That deep gray stuff, and you can see where it's not, and here it's missing. Well, it's not missing on the other side. I'm going to flip this over and show you guys what I'm talking about. Right there. See right there? There's still some there. That's probably because it was being blocked by another piece or something, so I'll take it off with the wire brush when I take it to the wire brush. But again, this is what the two look like side by side. That yellow tinge is from the HCA, or hydrochloric acid. I get mine from Leslie Pool Supply, $14 for a double box. And then I'm going to show you the last one, which is after I've been wire brushed and slightly prepped. You can really see the difference here now. This side here is the fully prepped, it's been acid etched and then wire brushed, and this still has the mill scale. And in comparison to the yellow color, you can see there how yellow that tinge is compared to how nice and sharp that is. So one thing I did do is I tried to cut them at 45-degree angles, the ends of these. And you can see they're 45, they're straight there. But the problem is that sometimes they don't align up perfect on either end. Also, I want to put a slight outer notch on it, so when I go to TIG weld it, the bead has something to stick to and it doesn't stick up as much. This stuff over here I've already prepped. In fact, these longer pieces here I actually used an abrasive disc, and you can kind of see there at the tip that it's dressed already. But I need to take a better abrasive disc to it and clean it up. So I'm going to set up for that. I'm actually going to go wire brush this real fast. I'll get a quick video of that, and then I'll start setting these up to be ready to put together. All nice and shiny, ready to go. Last piece. So I'm going to take this back to the welding table and we'll get set up to do the trimming. So I'm not going to trim. What I'm going to use is this abrasive disc that I have here on my compressor and just clean up the edges really fast, all the ends, not the body. So what I'm planning to do here is that when I go to weld them, I'm going to be welding the backs together. So if you were to look at this, like this, I'm going to weld across the back here, not on the inside here. That being said, I need to put a chamfer in here, and I need to make sure all these pieces line up. So I'm going to start lining these guys up so I can start making sure they're all exactly the same. I went out to Harbor Freight and got some clamps, so I'm going to use those to line these up. Alright, here we go. Alright, now I'm going to start prepping these to be welded together. I'm going to be doing one side, one side, one side. I only have one of these really cool looking jigs. These are actually by Fireball Tools USA. You can see their stuff if you go to fireballstools.com. This is their aluminum. I got this because it was cheaper and it weighs less, and when I'm welding steel, the splatter won't stick to it. So let me set up and show you how it works. Alright, so I use this little plastic one right now to help me just as like a third hand. But I'm going to check right now, and yep. So the idea is here, if you look on this side, is that with these tabs here, it holds this surface straight, and then the inside faces here, which you see here, is another face. So there's two faces parallel to each other holding these pieces perfectly square. You can see I can do different angles around these sides. I can get a 90 degree from here. I can get a 45. That little booger is not tight enough. But now what I can do is I can set this up like this if I want. So I can bring it over here, set it up, do some tack welds with my TIG torch here, and then along this side if I want from the other side, and now I know these two pieces are square to each other, set up at a 90 degree on both this face and in this face here. So I'm going to set up now so I can do that. My wife was doing some wash, and I need the 220 to be able to weld. So let me take a break here. Let me cinch down these little tabs here so they don't move anymore, and then set up the TIG welder, which is right there. Alright, be right back. Alright, so here's my TIG torch. This is the torch I have that comes with my Chicago Electric Harbor Freight 165 amp. It does have a foot pedal, and that's what I'm going to be using. I got really comfortable with that. I practiced a few times already. I just realized my tungsten's sticking out a little too far. A couple of noob things that I've learned. Number one, make sure your gas is on. Number two, make sure the point is free of debris, and that you grind it longitudinal, not against the, what is it, horizon versus, yeah. The lines need to go with the shaft of it. So I don't know how good this is going to go. I don't know how this camera was going to react, but we'll see. If not, I have a welding mask I can put over it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. And then I'll splice into it when it looks like Nah, it's not gonna work. Let's see what it does. Well, folks, that worked out a lot better than I thought. Let me show you. I'm really happy with the welds. Look at that. It's a 2 little tack welds, 3 actually. I was able to get nice penetration. So I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush this off a little bit and lay down a bead. What do you guys think? Not bad. I'm really happy with this. Well, where's my cell phone? I'm going to post this up on Instagram. Give me a bit. I'll be right back. Alright, I put the camera in a different angle. You guys are here. I'm back here. Hopefully you can see me run the bead from that side. Never done this effectively. I did brush it down a little bit. Color didn't change. That's okay. I really like this foot pedal that this welder has. You can hear it going away pretty good in the background, but yeah. By the way, when you get a new helmet, make sure it's not on grinding mode and that the sensitivity is actually set to max or somewhere about there. I blinded myself already a couple times when I first used my new mask. Oh my god. This is my first bead, guys, on TIG welding. I am so happy with it right now. You guys have no idea. This is gorgeous. It was worth every penny. I did get the tip stuck for a second, but it doesn't have that much contamination. So yeah, I recommend this. So now what I'm going to do is let this cool off a little bit, and then unmount it and put a bead across the other side. And I'll do that quickly off camera and then bring you guys back so you can see what the weld looks like. Alright.